My name is Donna Schroyer. I am a mom, a grandmother. I'm a pro-life advocate, an abortion survivor, a defender of the defenseless, and I am a voice for the voiceless. My story is very painful to share. It's very private. It's hurtful. It has a lot of stigma to it. There's some shame to it. However, I have a passion for the unborn, and if I can change one heart and one mind, it will be all worth it. It will be all worth putting my life out there. I pretty much always knew that I was adopted. I found out when I was just a child. I was out in the neighborhood and some of the kids were asking questions, you know, did you come from your mommy's tummy or were you adopted? And at that point, that's when my parents had to tell me that I was adopted, because I guess the neighbors were talking. I think I was about 4 or 5. My childhood was wonderful. I had the best parents in the world. My parents loved me. They took care of me. I had absolutely everything that I needed. I was wanted. I was adored. Absolutely. The best gift that my parents gave me was my faith. My family adopted me when I was 9 weeks old. It was in the middle of this blustering snowstorm, lots of snow, wires down, but they were excited and happy to bring me home. I was the first child. I was the first of 3 children that were adopted. Well, my son Jeremy, when he was a little boy, maybe 9 or 10, he asked me a question about, Mom, don't you want to find your real mom, you know, my birth mother? And that question kind of ripped my heart open, because if truth were told, yes, I did want to meet my birth mother. I wanted to meet the woman she was my home for 9 months. I lived in her body for 9 months. I heard her heartbeat for 9 months. She wanted to give me life. And I just knew that I could have been an abortion, but she did not choose that for me. She chose life for me. I was not angry. I was just very grateful to her. I was grateful that she gave me life, because I knew that I could have been aborted had she not made that decision. I was always grateful to her and happy. I knew that I had a story. I just didn't know what that story was. Well, it was very exciting. My husband came with me, and we were both nervous, of course. We did not know what to expect. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know whether it was going to be good, bad, ugly. I didn't know anything, but you know, I knew that she wanted to meet me, and that was good. So when we met, we just hugged. We just hugged, and I loved her from the minute that I met her. I have 4 half-sisters. I found out that I had 4 half-sisters. 3 of them were triplets, and the oldest was now demoted because I was the oldest now. And nobody knew about me. Nobody knew about me up until a couple weeks before, when Catholic Charities had contacted her and said that I wanted to meet her, and then she told each of the girls individually, one by one. They were surprised. I knew nothing before I met her, nothing. My mother was 15 years old and was raped, and her mother was very upset about everything, and that was their choice, was to put me up for adoption. Well, she was a baby. She was only 15. She was raped. That was shame. She didn't want anybody to know about me. And, well, first she drew the shades, and she put my mother's name. Her name is Martina. She put Martina on the couch underneath the covers, either on the couch in the living room or upstairs. She was upstairs under the covers. She had family in the house, and they knew nothing. She did not give her very much to eat so that I would starve basically, and that she would not gain weight. You know, she was trying to hide that. She made her jump up and down the cellar steps, attempt to abort me. She made her take hot mustard baths in an attempt to draw me out of her womb. She was driven over mountain roads, curvy, windy mountain roads, in an attempt to kill all of us that were in the car, but that didn't happen. I was taken to New York, to a doctor in New York, to see if there was anything that he could do. Now, they didn't do abortions back then, but it happened. It happened either homeopathically or somebody did some kind of procedure, whether it was illegal or not. It still happens today, either legally or illegally. But so that was my journey. 9 months of trying to draw me out of the womb, basically. The doctor said that Martina was too far along and that there wasn't anything that he could do. So had that happened today, I would have been dead. I would have been aborted. Well, when she told me, I acted like I was fine, but basically it hurt. Yeah, it hurt. It hurt the way I was conceived. I felt like I was shamed, that I didn't deserve to live. I felt bad that she had to go through all of that, and she had absolutely no support as a child, having a baby, that nobody loved her, nobody hugged her and said, it's going to be okay, you know, you're going to be okay. Yes. I have to back up a little bit, because one of my sisters did know about me. The oldest sister knew about me. And her and my mother were talking about getting papers together. So they were getting the papers together to do it, but they had not done that yet, to get the papers together. So when I came out of the blue, they were surprised and happy. And I think that worked out for the best, because she knew that I wanted to see her and that I loved her too, and that she had nothing to be sorry for, because she did feel sorry that she didn't keep me. Mm-hmm. Well, it makes me sick, because it makes me feel what I hear when I hear people say, I believe in abortion. I don't believe in abortion except in cases of rape and incest. My feeling is that I feel like they are talking personally to me, and they are saying, you don't deserve to live. You deserve to die. My opinion is, when a woman is raped, that's already violence. That's a trauma to her. She didn't deserve it, she didn't ask for it, she didn't want it. So she gets pregnant and she finds out that she is going to have a baby, and of course there's a lot of things that she goes through. You know, it's not something that she asked for. It's not like when you find out that you're pregnant and this is happy, I'm looking forward to it. It's not. However, having an abortion is more trauma against her. It's more trauma to her body. It's more trauma to her soul. And it is something that will affect her the rest of her life. Like the rape. The rape will affect her the rest of her life. So would an abortion. Abortion affects a woman for the rest of their lives. You might think it's a quick solution, but it's not. It's just hurting her more. You know, and if we didn't care about her the first time, please care about her when she has these choices to make. Let her feel loved. I wanted my mother to feel loved and cared for, in spite of what happened to her. Conception origin does not make a person who they are. We are all created in the image and likeness of God. Words matter. They're formed by someone somewhere out there, and they are taken out into the world. People listen to those messages and they form them as their own, like they are their message. Well, I have a story to tell. I want to tell my story. I want to tell my part of the story. I want to change hearts and minds, melt hearts, change minds. One last thing. I just wanted to say that conception origin does not make you who you are. We're all created in the image and likeness of God. We all have purpose. I'll tell you who I am. I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother, a pro-life advocate. I am an abortion survivor. I'm resilient. I am strong. My name is Donna Schroyer. I am the exception. Conception, exception.